Howdy folks, my name is Luke.
And I'm Levi.
And we are the Barn Brothers. Come check out this 1977 Honda CT90 and see if we can get it running.
Come take a look.
First we have a mint condition headlight bucket. Next, it looks like the gearing will still shift, so that's a good sign. See if can't even get the gas cap off, so that's good. We don't have a rear brake, don't need that. The wiring harness looks mediocre. It kind of kicks over, but very mushy, most likely seized. And finally, we'll check the oil, see what we're dealing with. Looks pretty good to me. Fresh chocolate milk. And lastly, let's check out the tires. Tires appear to be in mint condition, no cracks or anything. Ready to ride.
To start off, we like to give it a nice dousing of PB blast, spraying every bolt. Oh, that's messy.
It's important to get your nuts and bolts soaking early so that when you go to break them loose later, you're not going to snap them off. Any penetrating oil will work well.
You'll probably still snap a few bolts. We like to do that.
Make sure you squirt PB Blaster everywhere you can so that your floor gets nice and slick. So because we kicked over the Kickstarter here and it was so mushy, no compression, can't even tell if the piston is moving in the cylinder. We know we're gonna have to take the top end off. So we're gonna get working on these nuts and bolts and try to get this top end free.
Oh, only one bolt screw. The points aren't the crustiest. They're honestly not that bad.
Really? The good news is that the intake has been open to the open air for quite some time and likely let water, dirt, bugs, many other things into the inside of this engine.
The gasket is in perfect usable condition.
Just give it a few love taps. Looks pretty good. The gaskets are still looking good. And just like that, break it free. And twist it in the direction you're going. A couple love taps and broken free. We like to put the screws and nuts and bolts in the item that we're taking off, so that way we know that that way we know that these screws go with these parts and we're not going to lose them later. So the points cover should slide right off. The points look pretty good for the overall condition of the bike. Should be able to slide them right out. Dirt likes to get in this crack here and prevent this from pulling out. I don't want to break it off, so we're going to leave it for now. Finish getting this off.
I brought it.
Okay, now we have our timing advance, which feels super stuck on there. Oh,
That came off easier.
try to give it a little encouragement without
Where's the PB?
marring up the aluminum. So here's the timing advance. This is supposed to spin freely on its own, so we'll have to get that soaking probably in some gasoline and PB blaster so that these will move. Next we have our cam sprocket. These look like new bolts on here actually.
I know, it's like one of the nicer top ends we've had.
We didn't mention anything about this being one of 26.
Yeah.
Well, here's a look inside. Next, I'm going to pull out the camshaft. Here you have a nice CT90 camshaft. Looks pretty good to me. Not too much wear. It's nice and lubricated. It's a good sign. Now that the camshaft is out, we should be able to slide this top end off.
Where's your other hammer?
You can give some gentle prying with a screwdriver. Sometimes it needs some love taps from
The piston is
a hammer.
looking a little worrisome. I see some rust down in there.
And we're gonna zoom in here as Levi.
I don't think we'll be able to get it off with this.
Nice and crusty. Well, this should be a good challenge to get running. I think we're gonna get this going pretty easily.
You heard that?
Did you hear that? I think we're gonna get it going very easily. Here's
Cocoa powder.
some fresh mud from Eastern Washington.
I bet this will slide right off. No hammer needed.
So our next concern is getting this cylinder off. I think what we need to do is scrape some of this dirt out of here and then get some PB blaster soaking in the cylinder. Here's a look at the inside of the CT90. We got some nice dirt down in the cylinder. Most likely this cylinder is going to be a pain in the butt to get out. And here's a look at the top end.
The valves look just great.
Valves are mint condition. We got a nice fresh head gasket there. Time to try to take off the cylinder and hopefully it comes off with ease. Here's our fancy dirt catcher. All right, come check this out. Mint condition. Next, I'm gonna spray some PB blaster inside the cylinder. Get it soaking in there. All right, we've gapped it out a little bit right there.
Is there?
The piston is still seized in the cylinder, but it's at bottom dead center. So once we gap it out here and can put a little spacer block in between, then we will be able to hit the piston down a little bit further.
Oh, that's sprayed.
That's pretty my eyes.
How many hits do you think it will take?
Anything? I don't know if it's catching.
I don't know. Alright, stop.
Movement. Alright, we have some movement. There definitely was no movement. Alright, I'm just gonna keep whacking it. I don't think it's moved at all. Here, I can do some hits.
Don't hit me in the head. We're gonna have a catastrophic failure pretty soon. In our whacking stick. Oh.
We got tired of moving and holding these wood pieces, so we're gonna bungee cord them down. And now, gonna start hitting it again.
Any movement?
Oh, I can't tell if it's moving or not. My guess would be no. Here.
I'd say it's seized.
You just gotta keep your eyes open. You never know when a good deal is gonna pop up.
As you can see, a lot of good deals have popped up. It's weird how they just appear in the garage.
No idea. Sometimes I just come home and a new project has made its way in.
His wife just really seems to bring in a lot of projects.
I don't know what it is. Alright. Some people let these soak for days or weeks, or not that patient.
Maybe like minutes. This is how we warm up the garage. We like to melt any rubber piece that's hanging over.
Especially when it's connected to the gas tank. Actually, that's the spark plug wire. Hopefully this works. We've been whacking it for quite a while. While the cylinder soaks with some PB blaster, we're going to take a look at the wheels. After searching high and low, the master link was nowhere to be found, so we were forced to use the chain breaker to get this chain free. Okay, broke free.
Was that the pin or the chain brake? No.
No, so we got one portion off, and then if the chain wasn't seized, we could pull this off. I think we're gonna have to loosen the wheel back here so we can reduce the tension on it and get it off. Got it. There you go. Well, happy day. Just accidentally broke the link off. Probably for the better, because the chain sucks and I would hate to have this happen while we're riding. So there we go. Now we can finish getting the chain off completely.
Time to see if these tires will hold some air. What's your guess?
I think the compressor's off.
It helps if the air compressor is on. So far, so good.
All right. And now back to unseizing this crusty piston and cylinder. Good morning, this is day 2 of the Honda CT90 Will It Run. We let the cylinder and piston soak overnight with PB Blaster and some acetone. Today we're going to try to get this unseized. Time to tip this back over and perfect.
Nice and gentle.
Finally got some movement on the piston using this piece of metal. Now we should be able to use our mallet to break it free the rest of the way. We almost have it out. Actually, it is free. Free at last. Come on. Eat.
Make sure to scratch up the front fender.
Alright. Here's our trusty cylinder. Nice and crusty. We'll see if we can save it.
We'll see if we can give you guys a view of the rust. Not really. Our camera skills are below par.
Now we're going to take off the little pin that holds in the piston. Levi's going to hop over to the other side, take out the other pin.
Maybe.
And then once we take off both these pins, then we can push the other piece out. And there you have it, drop down on the ground.
Nope. Nope.
Definitely not damaging it. And there you have it, now we can pull the piston off.
And it looks good as new.
Here's a look at the inside of the cylinder.
It is pretty rough. I don't know if we're gonna manage to save this one.
This concludes part 1 of our 1977 CT90 project. Like, follow, and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 2 coming soon.